I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and a minor in studio arts. Now, originally when I got out of college, I actually thought I had a career path. I was going to be a case manager for people who were adults suffering with mental disabilities, and it was going well until I moved to New York, and that didn't pan out. And now I'm not even really in that field, obviously, but I think you're seeing that a lot with people that are in that millennial stage in their 20s and kind of maybe mid to late 30s and even 40s, that the path they went down may not be the right path for the next generation. I have a 5-year-old son right now, and I can tell you that when it's time for him to make a decision about his continued education, there is no pressure to go to a 4-year institution. If it fits and it's where he wants to be, that's great. But I think you're going to see a lot of people coming up who choose their education path based on what their career goals are, or actually having a goal after. I think there's a lot of people who got in, and I speak for myself when I say this, who got into college kind of not knowing what was going to happen after. And from what I'm reading and the reports that I'm hearing about this next generation, they've seen the mistakes of the future generation and they're avoiding that. Now, does that mean 4-year colleges are going to be dinosaurs in the future? Probably not. I'm hoping that most of the good ones can basically figure out how to work with the new generation and change some of their formatting. But you are going to see a lot of growth in areas in the other coding academies and the trade schools and healthcare. You got to think about the future now. And I think you're going to see that coming through on almost every level of education, or at least I hope so. Otherwise, I think it's going to be tough for any institution that doesn't take those things into consideration and getting really focused on how they help their students almost be job ready when they graduate, and not say, here's your 4-year degree, here's your debt that you've acquired, now good luck finding that job. And things like the income share agreement and these more focused kind of programs are kind of solving some of that problem already. And I hope that innovation continues. There's too much opportunity, and especially in a country like ours, that we can't turn our back on this. Like, it's got to be something that we continue to grow. If America's always going to be kind of a standard bearer, we've got to really step it up a lot across almost everything we do. I know it has some downsides. I know it gets a lot of bad press. I would say that anybody who's going to get into any kind of agreement with a financial situation, they have to understand what they're getting into and make sure that they really understand the pros and cons and if it really fits them. If you go through a 4-year college and you do the traditional student loans, your debt starts almost immediately, and there's no guarantee of success because maybe you weren't doing the right thing to be job ready when you got out. ISAs that we offer, we put a lot of time and effort and focus on the students' education to make sure that they are not only really getting what they need to and that they're ready to go when they land, but we also try to help them build the skills to be job ready so they can interview properly, work on a team, receive feedback, criticism, and really build those interpersonal skills that are really important to success. And we also really work on the employer partnerships to help say, hey, X company, we know you're going to be needing people that in this field. Come and check out what our students are doing. They're really qualified. They're already there with those skill sets. If an organization is offering an ISA and they're not putting the time and effort and dedication into the student's education and also helping them with their career path, it's dangerous. It's essentially the same thing as a 4-year institution and student debt. But if you're doing it and you're giving people an opportunity to learn, and they're not going to start repaying for their education until they're actually making X amount of money, that's a brand new way to look at the education options that are out there. And I don't know the exact numbers, but a lot of students can come in and they're not making as much as they'll make when the ISA starts. So they're already seeing an increase in their income. So paying back the ISA, they're already making a net positive based on where they were. But I will say, across the board with any kind of thing, if it's student loans, if it's an ISA, if it's a credit card, I mean, you just got to be very aware of what you're getting into. And we do a lot of work up front to qualify students and make sure they understand what's happening. And that's one thing I think Kinsey's really good about, is that we really work hard at that level. And then if there is an issue, we're quick to address it.
Thank you for tuning into the Education Marketing Insider by Grow Enrollments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to stay updated. Stay tuned.